Hey guys, welcome to HammerXTraders, a recap for today, which is April 16th. And we had a perfect day today, guys. We had a perfect day. Brilliant, actually. We had 26 wins and um, zero losses. 26 wins and zero losses. It was just an amazing day. I'm going to recap very quickly. We are HammerXTraders. We trade live with our friends and with our members on Discord, and we are there 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the um, pre-market on our social media platforms. You can join in if you just follow us and like us on our social media. You'll get a notification every morning when we go live. So we are generally live between 8:10 and 9:10. Sometimes I come in a little bit early, like 8 or something like that. So anyway, fantastic day, guys. We're gonna get this started and recap our entire day and how our members also did for the rest of the day. So we're gonna get started right here. And again, these trades are alphabetical. Even though this is exactly when I start my trading, 8 o'clock. And I got in onto BCTX. And look at this. I got in right around 8:15. And by the time it was 8:35, I had made 11%. So it was a nice one. A plus setup, fader. Ended up being like 18% over here. I cut some and I've left some size over here. So BCTX, again, we are primarily a short. Today I'm going to take a little bit extra time to tell you guys how we do so good, and how, we are like really probably a hidden secret right now. I have backtracked all my trades for 4 years now, and last 6 months, it has gone to 95% right now. 95% win rate. I'm not kidding. 95. And if it was just me, it's fine. I have live trading that I do with my members, and I'll show you, and I show you every day how well they're doing it. It's just that you have to believe in a system, and you have to come learn the system, and of course you need to follow and execute it as well. So I welcome all you guys to join in a 5-day free trial. It's going to be an amazing time right there if you join in. So BCTX, great short, right? Like I said, today I'm going to explain you our system in a little bit. I'm going to give you a little heads up how our system works. What exactly is the system about? So I'm going to go a little bit farther today. So Cali Trader, you are asking me. So if you're listening live, I'm going to explain you our system a little bit. Okay. So BCTX, again, short. Again, we waited for this area, right? This is where we want to be. This is where we need to be on a daily level on BCTX. And BCTX came up, we shorted, we made money. Look at that, right? I was actually long, guys. So this was a long one. So I got rid of my long, turned into a short. Now I'm short and I'm 18% in money. 2 days in a row I was long. Now, let's take a look at this one. This is going to be a prime example of how these things work. So, again, this one is DXF. Well, this was a late afternoon, so I'm not going to talk about this one as much. But anyway, you get in right around 860 average. You get it out right around 765. You make your 10%, you're done. Comes back, you take the trade. You add, you cut, you add, you cut. You add, look at this. Every add, there's a cut. Finally, you stabilized at 940, 930, your average. You cut your size. You're in a good shape. You have 50% size left, and you're thinking 970, 980, 990 might come. It doesn't come. Whatever size you have, look at this. 810, it halts. And you take that money at 810. I have some size over here, so this is for waiting for 810. It did not come today, might come tomorrow anyway. So anyway, comes back. Now the new level is what? 945. So you add 945, you add 990, you add this area, you cut, you add, you cut. Now you have a great average of 1035, right? 10.35. What happens over here? You cut your size, of course. Profit, profit. Okay, let's scroll it up this way. Oops. Okay, so you cut it and you take your profits. I think the stock went up higher after that, but I was not interested. By 1 o'clock, I was done, actually, guys. For the most part, I was done. I was not even trading. I just went outside and enjoyed myself in a beautiful, beautiful weather. Again, guys, please like, share, subscribe our channels. You're going to have lots of fun listening to our trades live in the pre-market. And if you need to join and trade and learn with us, a really good mentorship, then you join HammerXTraders. Okay, so the next trade is pre-market, happened ELAB. Wow, it came up. So ELAB has been fading 2 days in a row. So get in right around 365. We identified that area, 370. So got in at 375. I had more size to add, by the way. 40% size in. But 40% when that thing pays you like, what is it, 44% right here? So when it pays you up here, some 30%, you're in a great shape, guys. Great shape. All we look for is 10%. So if I had a full size, I would have made 10%. I would have made easy that much money, right? Meantime, even if you get in with half a size and you take 30% and I'm looking for only 10%, that means full size, right? That means full size payout here. So that's great. ELAB, pre-market. What time was it? Look at this, 8 o'clock. I don't trade in this area before 8. I don't even come online. So 8 o'clock, perfect time. And I wrap it up by 9:10, okay? And then I take a break for about half an hour and then I come back again. Look at this, Mira, same thing. I'm going to quit by 9:10 and then I'm going to come back in the market time. So look, I mean, had I held my position, I would have been paid handsomely. But that's not how I recommend people. I recommend if you are in plus, go ahead, get rid of it. If you have to take a little bit of loss, it's fine. Very unusual circumstances or situation, I will tell you to hold your trade unless you're long and it's a good long. Even then I try to get out at 9:10. So anyway, first one right away 10%. Second one, it's somewhere around 7%, 137 average, 129 cut, bailout, let's get over with. And then I wasn't quick enough to take 132, but I took a falling rock right at 120 and finished at 104 area, 106 area. So, you know, about 13% here, about 7% here, and then about 16% here. So altogether, you got 37% win. Pretty easy stuff. ELAB, again, pre-market and then market time. I never came back to this area where I had drawn this line. So this line was the entry area, but we needed to get in 127 just to make sure that our average is 133. And that's exactly what we did. We made profit, we added, you know, above this area. It never came up, but then we saw this, how weak this was. Look at this, all this sell. Right at the market open. You got to recognize this. That's called supply and demand, okay? That is called supply and demand. That's different than support and resistance. If support and resistance are meeting with the supply and demand, it's going to work out even better. It really does. So Mira, nice 37% gain. Now this was a superstar. In 90 minutes, it just paid and paid and paid, guys. Seriously, it just seriously paid, okay? So again, we got in right around 245, 250. So it's 256, you can see this line. Added right there, look at this. So your average is around 265 and you're cutting it and you need about 26 cents per 10%. Stock falls below 240. Stock falls below 220. And man, you just made yourself about 13% right there. The stock comes back, you load it. Then goes up on a higher area, which is 320 at this point. We load it. So we load it. First thing you do is cut. Okay, this is in profit. This is about 5% in profit. But that's size cut. The real profit is right here. Right here, guys. Huge. So you have 330 and then you go 256. You know what that is? That is 25% profit, guys. 25% profit. So you got 13%, you got 25. Do your math, 38%. 1 and 2. Comes up over here. Now it has fallen too far, okay? It has fallen too far because it fell here, so you got to take it here, right? This area of 285, 280. And we identified 285 was going to be the area where we're going to enter first anytime when the stock went to 240 or 245. So, and you're going to see that repeated like many times. So again, you got 38% right there. Then you go in and you make another 13%. So you are 290 here. And when it drops to 240, do your math again. It's 45 cents. On a $3 stock, you need 30 cents and you get 45. What is that? 15. On a $2.90 stock, you get 45. What is that? 18%. So this is 18% right here, okay? Leaving some size, of course, runners, and if it falls, I'll take it somewhere down here. Comes back, same area, you build your position, but immediately tries to pay you again 13%. So all of a sudden you have 38% and you have 18%. That's 56%. Then you go up over here another 13%. Now you're talking about 69% in one play, 2 play, 3 play, and 4 play right away. And it's not even half an hour, guys. 9:45 to 10:25. Okay, you have 79% gain. All of a sudden, again, you build an area, you add. Of course, you cut, you take your profits. It's 10%. Again, this area comes up, you take it again. This time it gives you less profit, but it's still 10%. So you got another 24% right here. So you're 70 and 24. That's 94, guys. 94%. While the stock is still going in the same area. That's the beauty of HammerXTrader range trading. Okay, we have lots of lessons about how to trade range. Okay, this is like bread and butter. Comes up, you take it again. You have some position left. Obviously, you cannot add here because you made your 10%. It's not easy to add right here. We could have added here and added here. But anyway, we decided to add here at 320 because, again, 320, this is holding higher. So we were expecting that if we have some size left, we're not going to add 285, even though it gave us 10% here. So you are at 110%. But watch this. Already take 320 and then you add another 18% right here. So do your math, 110% and 18%, give and take, you are about 115% in total gain. Guess what? The stock was still at 256. That is HammerXTrader, bread and butter, 90 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. In 90 minutes, you made 114%. This is how we do it. Next one. So I had no losses today. No losses, guys. So you have to be part of 94% winning strategy. Check this out. Get in early, add, cut, right? So you're balancing your size. Had it gone over here, we would have gotten paid. It did not. That's fine. We have more to add now. So add more. So we added. This is the entry. The average is somewhere around 404. And bang, 404 all the way to 320. Do your math. 404 to 320. Of course, this is like a real profit in a size cut, 7%. But this is about 14%. Now this is about 20% right here. This is about 28%. So your average is around 20%. So you made 20% on this go right here, accumulation. This is where you made your profit. These are bonuses, okay? So this is size cut because you added. Of course, you got to take your size cut, but in a profit, guys, 7% in profit on a size cut, okay? But the profit is right here. These are bonuses. This comes in, again, add this area because it has fallen too far, so you got to take this area right here. And look, this is the area we take this, and we have taken it right here perfectly aligned. Of course, I can take it here. This is not a fully exhausted size, and I'll tell you our size, guys. So I explained it yesterday. So if you have a 40K account, or let's say between 10K and 40K. So if you have 10K account, I recommend you take each trade about $1,000 worth. And when you enter the first time, you enter with 60% position, then the 40% position. Okay, and then immediately when you get the chance to cut it, just in case if you don't get the chance to cut it, take a stop loss at 12%, 10 to 12%. Get out. We will, in our system, get your 12% back within no time from a higher up, or we'll let it fall, come back up. All we need is the volume to stay there, and we will get our 12% loss. Here's what most people don't get it. So, the chart before that I showed you right here, 90 minutes paid and paid 114%, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 entry, guys, right? So most people don't get this. When you take 8 entries, right, and you're looking for 10% to 12% stop loss, 10% profit, okay? Some people are like, let me get this in, and because it's coming from 170, let me sit there till the end of the day, and I'm going to take 25% profit. That can happen to us, but when it falls 25%, we take only 16% profit overall. And I'll be honest about it, it's only 16%. Because we take it in trenches, and we always protect our capital, okay? We always protect our gains in our system. And that's how we do 94% win rate. Okay, this is the reason we do 94% win rate. And again, I'll show you my tracker. It's probably sitting at, I showed you yesterday was at 93, probably increased to 94 today. So again, when you do this 8 times instead of sitting, you would have made in all together, if you waited and you got in somewhere around 280, you would have made 15% by the end of the day. I turned that into 114%. I turned that into 114%, okay? But you have to be part of the system. You have to execute this over and over and over, like the way I do, like the way our members do. And we teach you this, by the way. So once you start executing like that, like a pro, I mean, you just simply don't lose. And that's why you make, this is like I said, it's 200 plus days. I'm going to soon stop counting. I mean, I counted on Twitter. I counted my tracker, and our admins counted like exactly how many days winning streak we are on. I'll tell you, it was 16th or 17th of August of 2024 when I had a red day. Do I not lose on a stock? Do I not take a stop loss? Not true. I take a stop losses. I take stop losses. Today was a brilliant day. I did not lose 26 plays and 0 losses, and each time 10% win. 10% win each time, guys. So if you have 26 wins, 10% each, 260%. So if you invested, say, $3,000 and you played with me half of those, you're going to walk away with some serious money. At least half of your money or double the money. So if you're investing $3,000, you're going to walk away with about $4,000. Even if you didn't execute all of the trades that I did. Anyway, so the chart that I was explaining, so you add here, and then obviously it falls and gives you 10%, you call it a day. This is TGL. I forgot, but yeah, there you go, TGL. So TGL, again, was pre-market. You can see this, how we made TGL average, cut your size, but half a size, boy, this was 20%. This was average was 4, okay? But when it came back to 375, this was my average, 375, stuck there. If I've cut my size, why am I going to add here just now? I need to add it here because I already have this average, right? Doesn't make sense. I was looking to add at 4, this area, never came. But when it came at 340, right here at 320, from 380, do your math. I need 38 cents for 10%. And when the stock goes to 320, you have 60 cents. That is 17%. It doesn't look like it, but this is 17%. How much did we make it? Around 11%. Around 11%. That's what we did. So it's brilliant. Guys, please like our profile on our Twitter or wherever you are, or TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, wherever, YouTube. Please like and subscribe. There's no cost to you guys at all. No cost to you guys at all. But you'll get great trades and you'll learn a system also. UPC was a pretty nice one. Got added here, you know, fell. I could have taken a profit. It was 11%. I might have been too slow to take profit. It did give me a lot of shot to take profit. I didn't, but finally got my average to 480. And then I did a little size cut for 5%. And then look at this, 17%, brilliant. It went to 23%. So I have made somewhere around 18% on this drop right here. This is what I have made. Okay, it was all sell, 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 sell. Once it got added, boom, boom, right there. This was the play I was actually not intending to play. I was about to go outside, but I got in and took it, and then after that I actually left. This was my last play, believe it or not. By 1 o'clock I was done. From 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock I was out enjoying my day. I had a 70-degree weather. Again, take a look. WIMI, another A+. How we add here, have a good size, have one more add here, add it. Had it gone to 780, I would have stopped out with a 720 average because I didn't have position to add. Of course, I have a bigger account size. I can overpower it. I can go up and I can load it, right? But that's not the key. The key is you can only add 2.5 times. 2.5 times. So I would have added about 745 right here. 745, and then I would have taken 722, 788 stop. Didn't happen. It gave me a cut. It gave me a profit. Came back to this area of 640 at this point because this is 520, guys. This is 5. It was opening at 5, so I had to take this because this was no volume play. So to get a 640, bang, 560. Do your math again, guys. So this is about 12, 13%. This is about 12, 13%. Then you get back in again around 6s. It's looking weak. This volume is gone. You expect this to fade. I could have waited from this one to get it here, right? But I'm like, no, I got to leave. So I finished it off. Whatever size I had no intention of playing this because I was already 24, 25. I was trying to close my day, guys. I was trying to close my day. So again, this would have paid because it's at 480, right? This entry is 6. You know, do your math. Again, that's 25% or 22%. But I'm happy with 10%. So you got 13%, that's 26. Then you add another 10%, that's 36. So somewhere around 32% is my accumulation on WIMI. Look at this one, ZEO. 9:45 to 10:14. So you have about 30 minutes window. And in 30 minutes, 45%. Again, this is not a forex trading. This is not a crypto trading. This is not an option. You know, a lot of people boast about their option and they let it mature or whatever, 200% gain. I just simply trade stocks and I make that much. Why do I need to trade options? Why do I need to trade crypto? Of course I do swing, okay? Swing is different. Swing account is different. So anyway, this comes back. We are targeting around 210 to 245. That was our job was to make our average at 245. So we taken a 210 entry because this is up something like 70%, 80%. Immediately goes from 210 to 170. You need 21 cents to make 10%, right? So if you enter at 210 and you get 40%, what is that? That is around 16%. So 15%, you counted it right here. Take another one. Again, probably size, a little bit size left from here. Then we add here. Right now it's perfect, 225. Cut it a little bit, but that's still 7%. So I got it counted as a profit. Anytime when I have more than 6%, I count it as a profit. I prefer 10 to 12% minimum. But I took a profit. I took a more like a size cut, but turned into a profit. I was looking for profit right here. Did not come. Add, and then add some more. Add, then cut, then add. Actually, this is a profit right here, guys. This is a profit. I kind of missed marking it, but this is a profit. So profit here, then obviously a good size. Profit, 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 all the way. So you're looking at 248 average. And you're looking at 210 and also $2. So you have 45 cents on a 24 cents need. That's almost 18, 19%. So you got 15% here, you got 7% here, that's 22%. You got 10% right here, that's 32%, and then you get the big one right here around 16, 17%. You're already at 49%, forget 45. I missed marking right here. But then this comes back. Now I'm ready to 25 because this thing had fallen too far. So I had to build position. This is not a full size, but full size doesn't mean anything when you get this, and at 203 it's 13%. So 13%, and then you cut it a little bit more down here. I literally had no size, and I was like, no intention of adding anymore. This was done, never came back. It's 45%, I'm good. 26 wins and 0 stop. That's how good the day was. Okay, that's how. So I posted on the Twitter, I said, is there a more perfect day of trading? Of course, yeah, you can win a lottery, but this is not lottery. You know, we don't do lottery. Okay, we trade. We don't do lottery. We are not into the trades from way before, and 3,000%, 4,000%. Even if the stock is going 3,000%, we end up taking our profit for every 12 to 15%. I'll jump back in, but I will keep losing my profit. So good luck to those people who are holding 1 to 0 to 1 to gazillion, and it's all good too. That pays too, by the way. It's a system. Our system is unique. So I'm just telling you, we made more than 260% on a 26 entry. Okay, really did. More like 340, 350%. So if you would have taken half of your trades, you would have met your goal and some more. So we're going to talk about that, right? So this is how it ended up. Very nice. Extremely sweet day. By the time I was closed, it was like 11 something. It was beautiful. I mean, sorry, 1 something. Let's check out how our room did. And I'm going to go actually more like I'm going to go live on the Discord room. By the way, you guys can join in right here, HammerXTraders. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about system too. Again, somebody had requested this, so I will talk about the system in a second. But let's talk about this over here, guys. So I'm going to go by 11 o'clock, guys. Look at this. This is today. This is 4/16. This is today. Okay, I'll show you so you'll see this from yesterday as well. So this is this morning. This is this morning, right? Today, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Okay. As you can see, this is yesterday. And yesterday, I'm going to show you yesterday's wins and losses. Look at this. So yesterday was pretty fantastic day, guys. Look at this. Yesterday, 18-1, 5-0, 6-0, 5-0, 6-0, 6-0, 5-0, 6-0, 4-0, 5-2. This guy knew he has not calculated properly. He didn't have losses, actually. Honestly, he did not. He's still learning how to calculate his wins. But that was yesterday, right? So you see average win and no losses, right? This was yesterday. This was team. We always do this to motivate each other, okay? This is not for you guys. Actually, let me be very clear. When I put this up, we do this in the room to support each other. I go at the length to make sure how many wins you have had and have you met your daily goal, okay? While trading myself, when I do my own stuff, I make sure that everybody in the room has achieved their goal. So when you see 5-0, 6-0, green, 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 what does it mean? Guys, they're meeting their goals, okay? A small room, very hidden room, very secret room. I don't even promote it, don't even do this. I barely started doing these live things, okay? I never even was on social media. So again, this was from yesterday, right? Now let me take you to today, and today was 9-0 was an average, guys. This is again from morning. We share our chart. Look at this. This is a chart from ZEO. 1 win, size cut, 2 win, right there. And we were already celebrating this thing, and this was only, if you look at it right here, I'll move it. This was only 10 o'clock, guys. From 9:30, 9:40 to 10 o'clock, we already had 2 wins, and I've already posted the entire chart. So, you know, people are posting their charts and things like that, what we have done. What is this one? This is ZEO Stills. Now has 1 win, 2 win. This is the 3rd win. It's a work in progress. Okay, it's a work in progress. By then, oh my God, this was already only 10 o'clock and I was up 40K. This was up 40K. It was so fast and so good. Okay, look at this. SBTX, another chart we posted. We got in, cover, got in, add, cut, profit, add, profit. We wanted this thing at 282 again, and it did come back again at 282, guys. This was 7,000 shares at 282, and every time 7,000 shares, that means on a $3, that's $21,000 equity. And when it drops about 45 cents, multiply 7,000 shares times 45 cents. Every 10 cents is $700. Okay, so multiply that. You're making $3,000 on $21,000 every time. And if you do that 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, imagine 8 times $3,000. How much is that? So SBTX is already paying us somewhere around 27,000 out of 60,000. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, so let's get to where we are. So again, they're talking about, now I'm at 45 by 1030, 46 by 1048, progress, 1120, I'm 54. People are trading, they're getting filled, they're getting covers, you know. And again, we wanted to quit early, you know, so like by 11:30, I was like, let's quit, guys. And I think everybody was like, yeah, let's quit. Okay, so here we go. Right here, we're gonna start this. 11:30, 6 and 0, okay? And I took like 6 trades by then. He had only taken 2. And you don't have to take every single trade I get in. I'm too fast still. But here we go. 10 and 2. He still didn't know that there was no losses, actually. He just did not know that. Size cut, I guess he put it as a loss or something, I don't know. But there was no losses in the room. Average, you see 10, 6, 15, 9, 5, 9, 8, 6. By this, I was 54,000 by 11:30, okay? 7 and 0. So do you see any losses? And like I said, David is new over here. Dr. Bramhall is new. And still 10 wins, guys. He had not traded before. Just a couple months ago, he started trading. He's just retired. He came to us, and great stuff. Again, so great win right there for the team. Now we're going to talk about our system. Okay, so you guys ready? I'm going to talk about a system. We wrote this system a long time ago. Since then, we have evolved. Do you guys want to see the tracker? Let's see the tracker first. Okay, let's see the tracker first, guys. So we're going to show you our tracker. We do this every day. Let's do this. Okay, so April 25. Look at this. Win percentage back from 93 to 94%. Obviously, no losses today. You can add 26. So yesterday we had 303. And we had 303 wins and 22 losses for the month. Now it's 329. It's hard to make any more percentage higher than this, guys. Seriously. It's absolutely preposterous to get to higher average, higher win percentage than this, unless you're scalping 2 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents. And that's not what we do. We do 10%. 10%. If somebody told you, I'll give you $100, you give me 110 every 20 minutes, you'd be like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I'll make $50 on $100, right? That's us. Okay, so let's take a look again. So this is from 416, guys, right here. You would not see any losses at all today. Okay, these are all the trade, and they are based on when we took it. So all these first ELAB, BCTX, and MIRA, and TGL, they were all in pre-market, guys. Okay, they were all in pre-market. TGL was not. Okay, you can see this 9. So you got first 4 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4 trades before 9:10 when I call it a day or call it a morning. Again, there's no losses, or right here. You're going to see losses in this area. And today, you're not going to see, oh, my bad, it's right here. So this was yesterday. Okay, we had a couple of losses yesterday, 4, I believe. We had 4 or 3 yesterday, right? Yeah. No, so yesterday we had 2 losses. My bad. We had 2 losses, not 4. So 2 losses yesterday, none today. Right here. Again, I'm going to highlight it so you can see this from date. It's 4/16 right here. Every single trade is logged in. See that? No losses. That's what you call a perfect day. And look at this. Each win, even in a bailout, is 7%, 7%, 6%, 9%, 10%, 9%, 9%, 11, 14, 7, 13, 15, 13, 11. Each entry, this is each entry, guys. So there's 26 entries, and your average is around 11. And that is so consistent with, or overall, this is for the entire month. So what is our winning percentage per trade? 10.9. And how much do we lose? 9.6. But the key part is you take 329 trades. 351 trades in total, and you win 329 and you lose only 22. Gosh, that's 6%. And you win 9.4 times. 9.4 times with a 10% average, and like I said, our losses are also 10%. Okay, so I keep up with that, and that is a reflection, guys. At this point, this is like different than my account. You start with 27K and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But if you follow, you cannot follow. It's impossible to follow every single trade because trades happen in seconds and I take them right then. I call them right as I'm taking it or just about to take it, right? I call it. And people are listening to me. And even if you blink like this, and try to do this, you're going to miss out on the trade. But we teach you the system also so you can get prepared. So half of the trades are prepared in advance time. Half of the trades just happen instant. Like I said, I showed you this morning that trade, this one. This happened in minutes, guys. You're prepared for this 285 and you're prepared for 320 and even 345. You're prepared to play up to 368. When is it going to happen? We don't know, man. We don't know when it's going to happen. So guys, I tell this line and then I'm live and people are talking to me forth and back, even with the audio. So we have a 2-tier membership. One is a premium membership, and then the second one is ultra. The ultra can talk to me instead of typing. They can ask me questions like, Raj, what are you thinking? Are we in? Are we going in? And where do we stop? You don't have to waste time because time is money in such a fast pace. If in 90 minutes you made 114% and you miss this in a second over here when you're top ticking right here, if you're not adding this 284, 82 with the limited orders and not willing to add when it moves up really quick, move your lines, get in, get out, get in, get out. If you're not doing this and you're wasting time looking at the videos, looking at something, and you don't know the system, it's going to cost you, guys. It is going to cost you. Okay? It is going to cost. So I recommend most of the team members to listen in, put an AirPod or turn your audio very clear, just like this I'm talking. I would tell guys 285, we're looking at this, but the stock comes to 278. Guys, let's take 30% size in right away. 278. Now we're not going to add 285, we're going to add 292. Let's get our average to 285. That's how we trade, and that's how I call it. You got to get used to it. You got to be part of the team. It takes you a little while, but once you know it, like I said, 9-0, 6-0 yesterday, or 8-0 yesterday, 9-0 today again. Yesterday I even had 2 losses, but they came very late in the day. I could have had a perfect day yesterday as well. So it came very late. Today nothing happened. I quit by 1:30. So again, showed you my tracker. Now let's talk about our system. Right? So I'm going to tell you about the system. Here we go. So this is simple, guys, right? This is pretty simple stuff. Strategy, ticker has to move 30 to 40%. In about 5 minutes, I like to see something move 20%. Just a fact, okay? Ideal stock is between 2 and 5. Love those stocks. Yeah, $8, $10. Also, we know the numbers pretty well by now because we've been trading for a very long time. Enter into a position, go 50% size. Remember, 40 to 50% size. So if we know the full value that our average needs to be 335 and we get a 335, we're going to go full size. If we know that we have to make our average 335, stop 368, we'll trade from 323, guys, 322, 317. We'll work our way up. Nobody else can do this. Nobody else can do this. They will blow their account if you don't practice it properly. And also do equity size rather than the random size. But I will tell you honestly, different people have a different risk tolerance level, right? And this is running a little bit longer than expected. But I wanted to explain my system today as well, guys. Again, join us for 5 days. No cost to you. Just go on the website. You'd have to put your information, why you need to be here. Okay, that's a simple one. But we have really professional people working as CEO of the companies and business owners. I am a business owner myself. Dentists, doctors, hedge fund managers too. We have them in our room. Okay, and I'm not kidding. I am not kidding, guys. We have hedge fund managers, we have CEOs, CFOs, CEOs, again, doctor and dentists, full-time running their own clinic, okay? And yet our group is so small, like less than 20 people. And I get to pay attention to everybody. And I don't really care for a big room. That way I can actually connect to our people. So this is like really, again, going back to the summary. So again, we have a volume parameters. Now, like, if you get like 400K volume, that's our trade to get in because there's a liquidity. When the volume, we used to be very scared of, people taught us like microflow. Oh, this is going to eat you alive. No, they don't. It's demand and supply, support and resistance. Add them together. They are not the same thing. Add news to it. Add the criteria. Add the previous history of particular stock. Why do I log in all my charts? Why do I actually put everything in my tracker? So you ask me how DWTX has been for last 9 months. I will tell you right now without even looking at it. Without looking at it. DWTX fails at 640 and 780. It fails last 4 times. Max it goes is 15. Rare, once in a year. Best area to trade is 5+ on DWTX. Then you got TNON, you got this and that. I mean, there's a gazillion charts. There's about 700 of those. Almost 300 of them. 300 of them I have memorized it, and I keep telling our team to memorize it when you trade it. So take a screenshot, record it, log your entries, and see if you can remember what they did. Because by the time you look up, pull out the information, the trade, half of the trades are over. If you can remember what this does, like Mira, I'll tell you a story of Mira. So Mira was a good short all the way from 127 to 142. You have to be in the room to know this, that I'm telling everybody, guys, we just need 138 average, 137 average. Went to 142 in pre-market, okay? 142. Slammed it to 104. Came back to 126, okay? So Mira, if it passes 160 and goes to 184, comes back to 160, we take a long. Last 4 times, Mira went from 80 cents to 184, came back to 156. We went long from 156 to 245. It goes to 285. 270, 265. Now, if it fails 265 or 320, it goes back to 210. It's going to come back at 245. We take 245 and we make all the way down to 170 on Mira. You want me to pull up and show it to you on my tracker? I can. How many times? I've done this probably like about 30, 35 times in the last 2 years. I remember all the areas and the numbers when it breaks. So what do I add to that memory? So I don't trade just on the memory, right? What's the news? Today was like phase 1. Not a big deal. It's not going to do 142. Market is on a downside. Market trend is not moving for the last 2 days because of tariffs and this and that. It's mostly toward somber, a little bit on the downside. So it's not going to reach the highs. Then I calculate the top 5 tickets, averages something like 80% on a gapper. Perfect. That's the short I want all day long. I don't want 120% because sometimes I would have to switch long at that point. So again, I'm telling you the system, you got to learn it. So when you become a member of HammerXTrader, guys, we go about 90-minute session one-on-one, and we sit down and we talk about it. So here's, in an average day, you're going to get 3 to 5 extremely smooth plays. Then you're going to get 1 to 2 where we have to add, cut. Then it profits us. Then there's going to be half. Every 2 days, you're going to meet 1 trade out of 10. That's going to take your stop loss. It is going to take your stop loss. That's the one you prepare yourself to take a stop loss, let it go to another area, or develop a range and come back and nail that thing. Okay? That's how you do it. So anyway, I gave you guys a hint. Again, come back. You can ask me questions. You can. I cannot check the chats, guys, so I cannot answer your questions. So I apologize. You know, there's 5, 7 social medias. I cannot answer those questions. I really apologize. But if I come across your questions and randomly I see it, I will reply back to you. You can send an email at info@hammerxtraders.com. info@hammerxtraders.com, guys, and I will probably reply. If you put it on a social media, occasionally I browse it. I don't sit and spend too much time there, guys. I don't. But if you take a trial and type it in a room, because you have a full access minus the mic as a trial member, I can answer your questions. Anyway, thank you. I think it's a pretty lengthy one. Recap was 15 minutes, but I wanted you guys to know how the system works, HammerXTrader, how good the system is. I explained it to you guys. Have fun. Good night. Please like our profile so that way, you know, we are engaged with more and more people and we can share knowledge.